Henderson, Bama football on YouTube. Good morning. It is Friday. It is December 26th. I hope it is a feel-good Friday for you. Coming to you from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama, following Christmas. I hope that you had an amazing Christmas. Please let me know inside the comment box how your Christmas was on a scale of 1 to 10. Later on in the program, I am going to ask you what your favorite Christmas gift was, all right? So we have 1 week up until the Rose Bowl, right? It's starting to get serious, and I appreciate you guys always kicking with me right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, you will have an opportunity to hear from Ryan Grubb and Kane Walmack, right, before we get into the Rose Bowl. And as I kind of look to the Rose Bowl, and when I think about, as I continue to say, the privilege about playing in the Rose Bowl, there's a lot of different factors that are at stake. And I hope you caught my video yesterday, and if you didn't, I'm going to go over some of the material today in terms of talking about the roster. And in talking about where we are right now from a roster standpoint. So that'll be on the program. And, of course, it's Friday. So what we do on Friday is I take your calls right here on Bama Football on YouTube. So good morning to everybody. I appreciate you guys being here and hope that you had a Merry Christmas. And now we go into the new year, right, 2026, which is absolutely wild. So I appreciate you guys, and good morning to everybody. Hopefully you were able to catch Wake Up Bama, right? Wake Up Bama focused on kind of the state of the program. And I thought that was kind of a really good kickoff to kind of the back end of the year. And I think when you look to the state of the program, there's a lot of stability. There was a lot of question marks. There's always going to be question marks, but we continue to be on an upward trajectory. I know that's hard for a lot of people to kind of understand, but I think that the trajectory is certainly strong, and we move forward and with a great opportunity to play the number one team, the best team in all of the land in Indiana, right? The best team that there's been in college football, and it'll be a tremendous challenge because this is the best team that there's ever been, according to Indiana fans, and I get that. I mean, what they've done this season has been absolutely amazing, and next season, or next year rather, to kick off the new year, Alabama versus Indiana. So, and I was thinking about this. Was there anybody that went to the Rose Bowl a couple years ago to go watch Alabama and Michigan play? Was there? I was at that game. I was sitting in that far corner of the press box. And at that point in time, we had no idea what was going to happen in the next, month. And that was Coach Saban leaving. And now, fast forward a couple seasons, and you have Coach Kalen DeBoer taking the Alabama Crimson Tide back to Pasadena to take on Indiana. And I find it interesting that the last two seasons have ended by playing teams from the Big Ten, right? And we're really one team, Michigan. Michigan ended Alabama's season over there in Pasadena in overtime. And then last season, Michigan ended Alabama's season in the Citrus Bowl. So now you have an opportunity to go play the best team from the Big Ten. And I think it's a great opportunity. And I started thinking about, I was like, what comes with playing in the Rose Bowl? And it kind of what it means, right? And I think number one, it's the most iconic stage. And don't get me wrong, I really love the Sugar Bowl. I enjoy most of the bowl games. I really do. But the Rose Bowl hits different, right? Am I right? The Rose Bowl, because it just used to be between the Pac-12 and the Big Ten, remember? And it was still something special, but now that it's kind of opened up and it's clearly part of the playoff path, it's an iconic stage like no other. It's hard to get out there. It's tough to get to Pasadena. I mean, it's a lot. But it's the granddaddy of them all, 100%. So to be able to get into that game against number one Indiana, damn, love to see it. I mean, this is a massive. Is the audio? Yeah. So yesterday, and I'd appreciate feedback on here. How's the audio? Is it a little bit low? Because yesterday it was clipping. So yesterday I spent a lot of time. So audio's low. All right, I can boost the audio. You guys keep me posted inside the comment box. I'm going to raise the audio and see if we can get it a little bit higher. It's okay. All right. I've boosted the audio. Let's see how that is. Just give me a thumbs up if the audio is better, because I can control that. It's just there shouldn't be any clipping anymore, but if there is, just let me know because audio is always something that I'm always, going with. So let me know. But I have boosted the audio. So as I was saying, most iconic stage, right? It's massive for the brand. It's absolutely a massive brand moment. And Alabama always finds itself in a massive brand moment, right? Okay, so we're good on audio. I appreciate it. Like it's perfect for Alabama, right? Like Friday night when they played Oklahoma, it was great for the brand to be on that stage, like the only college football game. And now they find themselves in the Rose Bowl, right? It's spotlight in prime time. ESPN is again sending their top flight crew to cover this game. I'm telling you, this season and where we're at right now is a dream setup for ratings and for ESPN. 1,000,000%. ESPN got Alabama in the SEC title game. They got Alabama lost, so that was great for the ratings. They got Alabama as a playoff bubble team, great for the suspense. Got them in, got them on a Friday night. I'm telling you, ESPN is in heaven right now. Got them on a Friday night where they could have a game day just about Alabama football with Coach Saban talking about Alabama football, right? And now you get him in the Rose Bowl. And what I'm getting by that is the biggest stage, that might not phase. What's up, Capstone? I don't think it phases Alabama because Alabama's been in plenty of big games. But what I'm getting at is for the brand, all college football is about Alabama, 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 Alabama. So can you imagine how frustrating it is for everybody else to just see nothing but Alabama on ESPN? And the brand exposure for the players is fantastic, right? I mean, Ty Simpson's doing massive interviews. Kalen DeBoer is always doing podcasts and stuff like that. It's amazing for the brand, right? As mentioned, it's prime time. And then on top of this, it works out even better for us and for ESPN that they're the underdog against, in my mind, a beatable number one team. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and be like, because look, Indiana is a good football team. Yes. So was Oklahoma. So was Vanderbilt. So was Georgia. Alabama beat those teams. I'm not going to tell you like right now that Indiana isn't unbeatable. They are beatable. They're a very beatable number one team. And Indiana fans, you can run with that. I get it. I think they're a good football team. I really do. They just haven't been challenged all season. They played in, maybe 3 or 4 tough games. But I think they're would you guys say that they're beatable? I'm not trying to be, like take some sort of like fansy angle. I just think they're beatable. I think everybody's beatable. I tell you, if a team wasn't beatable, I'd be like, yo, this is going to be the tallest task. This is designed for Alabama to be an underdog and to beat the number one team. And then I think, clearly if they win this game, they're proving that they belong, and it continues to silence some of the pundits that have been out there that have been against Alabama, right? Because there's still people that are like, Alabama doesn't deserve it, this, blah. And I mean, that narrative gets tiring, but if they win that game, then you're like, what? What now? We just beat the number one team. What else do you want? We got a super chat in from my boy, Lag Gaming. Let's see if we can get that on the screen. What's up, Lag Gaming? Good to see you, bro. All right, there it should be added right there. Lag Gaming says this. Some analyst clowns at ESPN said we lack the talent to go to the championship. Like, are we looking at the games on the same roster as we are? Yeah, I think that it puts like the national pundits in a really great spot when Alabama isn't overly dominant. And it's perfect for college football right now because a negative angle on Alabama drives ratings. So does a positive one. So they can kind of float back and forth. And all you have to say is like Mark Ingram, all you have to say is you're sorry. And then everybody's like, oh, that's cool. Because like Mark Ingram, he can go against Alabama and then be like, oh, no, guess what? I'm the biggest Alabama football fan. You know that. So that's all that the other people that have to do that to picked against Alabama. All they have to say is they're sorry and pick Alabama again, and then all is well in the world. So I'm still waiting. All we like, I guarantee you, Damian Harris is setting this up to have a major one-on-one sit-down with Coach Kalen DeBoer, and they have their whole kumbaya, and they hug it out, and they're best friends. Damian Harris will come back and start picking Alabama again. It's just a matter of time. He's just doing what he has to do for the brand, for his personal brand, and that's make these takes so he can kind of climb up the ranks. I mean, nobody was talking about Damian Harris before this, but now everybody's talking about Damian Harris. I'm telling you, he's smart. And finally, the day before Indiana, he'll pick Bama or something like that. I promise you, it's perfectly scripted by CBS. This is my Kyle's game meter. We're changing the title of this to the sleeper meter, right? Who came up with that? The sleeper meter yesterday. So I have Alabama with a 61% chance of winning this game, and this will fluctuate as we kind of go towards this game. I think ESPN has it 71% Indiana. I decided to come up with my own game meter, right? Yeah, Who's Your Mama says done with Damian. Just wait, dude. I'm telling you, he's going to come back, and he's going to pick Bama. I promise you. There's no way that he goes on the offensive against Alabama all season long. It's too big of an Alabama fan. All of the national analysts, if you think about it, are Alabama fans, right? They are. Whether they want to admit it or not. You even had one guy, I mean, seriously, you had one guy who covered Georgia who became an Alabama fan because it's a better market to cover. I mean, it's smart. So I have a 61% chance. Miss Kimberly likes the graphic. All right, thanks, you. I appreciate it. All right, let's do some AM shout-outs. See who's up in the crib today right here on Bama Football on YouTube. We have Robert saying Merry Thanksgiving and Christmas from Chambersburg, PA. Hey, thank you so much for kicking in with us from PA. Tonette, turn up. Yeah, happy holidays. Yeah, we've kind of updated the graphic, and we've gone with the New Year's vibe now. Christmas was yesterday, and we just move on through. I mean, when is it like an appropriate time to put away Christmas decorations? And one thing that I noticed in my neighborhood, I always felt that you put your Christmas decorations out the day after Thanksgiving. No, not the day. Yeah, the day after Thanksgiving. That's when you put it out. Not in my neighborhood. People put out Christmas decorations, on November 1st. It was the wildest thing. Literally, they put away their Halloween stuff, and then it was Christmas. I mean, I wasn't complaining. It's just something that I noticed. Good morning, Star Wars. I appreciate you being here. He says, also, Kyle, when you turn on the live, is it true that you're supposed to, it's being rainy in Pasadena? Yeah, I did see like a far out weather forecast, and as we get to Monday and when we have North Alabama Storm Chase providing a weekend weather report, I think it could be rainy. I mean, we're still a long ways out, but it is there are chances of precipitation for the Rose Bowl, which will be interesting to see what happens. All right, Miss Kimberly, what's up? I appreciate you being here. Chris from New Jersey, thanks for joining us. Mike down in Choctaw, what's up, man? Good to see you. Miss Debbie Hanson, good morning to you. I really appreciate you being here. We said hi to Mike. Lissa, what's up? Thanks for joining us today. Honda Syndicate, good morning to you as well. Merry Christmas. Broderick, what's up, bro? Hope you had a really good Christmas. Same to you, Wade's World. Thank you very much. Mindy Miss Careless up in Tennessee. Capstone Farms, what's up, man? Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. Mo Sleep, I appreciate you always looking forward to being here. And I know there's been a very positive response to Wake Up Bama. So if you're on that 4 a.m. crew, there's a lot of you on there. I appreciate it. You know, I was thinking about it, and good morning to Anna. The Wake Up Bama is perfect. I mean, look, people are up. They're on the grind. So that I feel that's a perfect kind of tone setter for this day. Lag Gaming says, little stomach aches. Oh, you went hard in the paint yesterday? Yeah, little Pepto-Bismol. Hattie Mae, what's up, bro? Good to see you this morning. Merry Christmas to you. Garrett Clemens, up from Hunts, Vegas. I love me some Huntsville. Capstone Farms, and we said, what's up to you? King's Family Reacts. I love to see it, man. Saw you posted a picture on your Instagram of your family, man. They're beautiful. It looks like you had a really nice day. Biloxi, what's up? I've never been to Biloxi still. Never been to Biloxi. You know, last year, I made it to, was it Gulfport? I made it down to Gulfport. I played in a golf tournament in Gulfport, and I drove from Tuscaloosa there and back in one day, and it wasn't bad. The only thing was that like driving through Mississippi, there was like no gas stations. It was literally just, at least the route that I went on, it was just literally interstate. And if you had to pull off somewhere, you had to like pull off like 15 minutes to go to like a gas. It was an interesting thing. Maybe it was just the route that I gone. You know, because when you drive through like Alabama, there's always like, I don't know, like a Love's or one of the gas stations that you can like peel off to if you need to. I just found that kind of interesting. All right, Jarvis, what's up, bro? How's that? Did you get the 85-inch TV, Jarvis? I mean, 85-inch. You got to have a massive wall for an 85-inch, right? And I've mounted, you know, tons of TVs. 85, that's a big boy for sure. Man, yeah, Jarvis had a nice winning. And Dano says, yeah, Damian just trying for clicks. Yeah, I think so. He'll come back around. He'll pick Alabama when it's time. When he feels that, I truly feel that he'll come back around, 100%. Him and Coach Kalen DeBoer did the same thing that Mark Ingram and DeBoer did. They called it cool, 100%. And Beer and Baddies, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man. A Georgia fan that always kicks it with us. And we have NorCal MAGA. What's up, bro? Representing the 707. All right, good to see you guys. If I didn't say hi to you, don't hold it against me. You know I got love for you. And I know you guys got love for me, too. And this was yesterday. Some of the top super chatters, of course, Adam Lamparello came through with a 100 spot. Miss Anna. You have Antoine, Eric Thomas, Andrew, Keith. You guys keep me going right here on Bama Football on YouTube. So I'm supported by you guys. I'm not afraid to say it. So I appreciate all the super chats and you guys becoming fan funders. There's, you know, if you're a live show sponsor, if you're a Wake Up Bama sponsor, I appreciate it. And I'm not afraid to say it. And I have great appreciation for you guys always being in my corner. And as you know, the channel is always evolving, right? It's always evolving. So hit that join button. I really appreciate your consideration. There's different levels, easy to sign up, easy to cancel. As we look at what's at stake for the Rose Bowl, I'll start with a win, okay? So this is with a win, what's at stake, all right? Alabama beats the number one team. I think it silences a lot of the doubters. Beating the number one team, and they're 13-0, but I also kind of feel like there's going to be like this small kind of crew that's like, well, Indiana wasn't that good to begin with. Just wait. If that happens, just be ready for that. So they'll be like, well, Indiana, they're just Indiana. No, Indiana's a good team. They're the number one team in the country. This is the best team this year on paper. They have the number one team in the bracket, okay? It'll silence doubters, but it won't silence all the doubters. So just be careful, all right? Signature moment for Coach Kalen DeBoer, right? That when I was putting this list together, I was like, yeah, this will be a big one. Because everybody remembers, like, your rivalry games, your SEC championship games, but, like, playoff Rose Bowl, people remember that. You'll be like, oh, man, he won the Rose Bowl against the number one team in the country, right? Like, that could be a signature moment for DeBoer. What's another signature moment that we have for Coach Kalen DeBoer so far? I mean, yeah, I guess the first playoff, you know, being 2-0 against Auburn. Beating Georgia on the road was certainly a signature moment, right? Beating Georgia the first time, like last season, that was a signature moment. Yeah, this could probably be this will be the biggest signature moment if he's able to beat Indiana, right? Yeah, and I think you guys are right inside the comment box. Last year, his first signature moment was beating Georgia at Bryant-Denny in that crazy game. And then the second one was beating Georgia again. There's obviously been, you know, some losses, but I'm just talking about, like, really signature moments. This will be, yeah, I guess the revenge win against Oklahoma, but I think this one could certainly supersede those victories because of where we're at and who they're playing, right? I think it sends a huge message to recruits if you're able to win this game as well, because the recruiting has already been on fire. And the recruits get more validation when Alabama goes out against the number one team and they win, because to the recruits, they're like, yo, Bama's still Bama. Let's roll. Like I told you, that's why I'm coming to Bama. I'm going to Bama because they can give me the national exposure, the brand. I'm playing against the best every single day. They're sending guys to the NFL. Bama's still Bama. The program identity in a new college football era. This is also a really big one, really important. Because then I think it tells people that the identity of the team is Bama's still Bama. You're now going to the Final Four from the Elite Eight, right? So you do that. That's kind of what's at stake, because you're still there. You're still up at the top end of the college football mountain. And then I think at the bottom, it reinforces that Bama belongs in the playoffs or in any playoff conversation, just because of the players that they have, the coaching that they have, whatever, right? But I think the two biggest on the board right here, an opportunity for the biggest signature win for Coach Kalen DeBoer, and the program identity in this new world of college football. Now, what's at stake if Alabama loses, okay? Now, if they lose this game against Indiana, the number one team in all of the college and all of the land, I think it certainly fuels the idea that the program has slipped. And has it? No. But people are going to be like, you lost 4 games. The next loss could be their 4th game, which ties last year. I get it. But the program has slipped. They can't get it done. And guess what? If Indiana, this is going to drive you crazy, because if Alabama beats Indiana, they're supposed to all of a sudden. Indiana is not who, it's Indiana. But if Alabama loses to Indiana, they'll be like, well, Indiana, God, you lost to Indiana? Come on. They're not even that good. Seriously, they're not. It's a great opportunity to play the number one team, but Indiana still isn't feared like an Ohio State, like a Georgia. So people be like, oh, you lost to them? Now you lose to Indiana and Vanderbilt. I'm telling you, people say that. Even though Indiana's a great team. The critics will question whether DeBoer can win. Yeah, they'll be like, yeah, he beat Oklahoma, but Oklahoma wasn't good, and he couldn't even beat Indiana. Same stuff, right? But that'll be out there, and they'll be like, he lost 8 games in 2 seasons. Yeah. It does sound like a lot, and it is a lot, but college football changed. I think the rivals will use it to sell doubt against Alabama. Hey, Kalen DeBoer can't get it done. He can't win a national championship. He can't get you to where you want to go. They'll reverse recruit on that, right? And I think it raises too many questions, right? It's just, after a loss, it's a sea of answering and trying to figure out different things and responding to hypotheticals and kind of looking backwards, right? And I think it adds fuel to the SEC fatigue and to the Alabama bias. See, Alabama shouldn't have been in the playoffs. Alabama, we're tired of these SEC teams getting preferential treatment to get into the playoffs, right? So that's kind of like what's at stake if they lose. Fam, as you know, video is powered by our friends at Sleeper. Download the app, get $20 upon just downloading the app itself. Get a $100 deposit match up to $100. Use the promo code, which is tailgate. Terms and conditions apply. Available in 25 states. Please support Sleeper as they do support me. Next week, we'll look at kind of more or less between Fernando Mendoza and Ty Simpson. I have said this many times about those two quarterbacks. On paper, Fernando Mendoza has him in completion percentage and I think overall rating, but yards, Ty has more yards than him, and Ty has more touchdowns than Fernando Mendoza. And I know this is going to shock you the most, but nobody listens to this particular stat. Fernando Mendoza has thrown more interceptions than Ty Simpson. No, he hasn't. He won the Heisman Trophy. Yeah, he did. Okay, yeah. He's thrown more interceptions than Ty Simpson. But nobody knows that stat, and nobody wants to accept that stat other than me, which is really, really weird. I see that Alabama now plus 6.5. Okay. All right, so it's went down a point. Yeah, people understand. All right, let me do a roster run through real quick, and then I'll take you guys' calls right here on Bama Football on YouTube on this beautiful Friday. I have my New Mexico, I guess you could call it a jacket. It's not really a jacket. It's kind of like a light button up. I got this last year when I was in New Mexico. So as you know, I posted this for fan funders before I jumped on, but my kids are in New Mexico for the holiday season. They're with they're with their grandparents, so they've been able to see my dad and my mom. So I just and I like this too. It feels it's good, and the weather is 60. Yesterday, I think it got close to 80 degrees over here, and right now. It is 63 and overcast. Okay. All right, so here's a look at the quarterback board for right now. As you can see, I have a couple statistics on here. You got Ty Simpson, who has exactly 3,500 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions, right? You have Austin Mack, who's played in 3 games, and you have Kalen Russell, who's played in 2 games. I posted this graphic on Facebook, and it kind of got people a little bit upset. They were like, what do you want us to say about this graphic? I was like, is there anything interesting? I look at graphics and I see interesting things all the time. For me, what stands out, these are the best quarterback numbers that you've had since Bryce Young. Is that impressive to me? Yes. Is it impressive to me that he's thrown for 3,500 yards and those are better numbers than Fernando Mendoza? Yes, that's impressive to me. I know his interceptions are dog years. Right, at Bama. So 5 times 7, you do the math. I think it's 35 interceptions, right? I find it interesting that Austin Mack has only played in 3 games, and I find it really interesting that Kalen Russell's only played in 2 games. Those are interesting stats to me. I think there's people, as I continue to say, maybe even in this chat or out in the world, that feel that Kalen Russell is the best quarterback on the team, like right now. When you look to next year's quarterbacks, you have Austin Mack, Kalen Russell, Jet Damala, Taden Kahawa, right? Those are the quarterbacks that are coming in. And I understand there's Alabama's in play to land the number 1 quarterback from 2027. They also have Trent Seaborn. They'll probably get Graham Simpson. So you could really understand Alabama's quarterbacks for probably the next, 7, 8 seasons? And I get it. A lot of people feel that one of the quarterbacks is going to transfer out. We don't know that. We definitely don't know that. Super chat in here from Brandon. What's up, Brandon? Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the super chat. Crazy thought. Is Milroe better with this team and Ty better with last year's team? If we have Bryce, we would win by a landslide. Hey, I appreciate it. Thanks you for the super chat. This is interesting. I haven't thought about this. Is Milroe better with? I don't know. I don't know, man. Anything you throwing Milroe to anything now, and it's just like it starts wars. Milroe was polarizing to talk about. I think that Ty. There was a certain point last year where I felt Ty needed some opportunities to see if he could lead that team. If Jalen Milroe's on this team, well, I'll tell you what, okay? This is my hot take. If Jalen Milroe was on this team this year, okay, Alabama would have a run game, okay? And Alabama wouldn't be ranked 118th because of Jalen Milroe's running ability. There's no way in hell that with his ability to run, that Alabama would be, almost the worst team in the country running the ball. I mean, Milroe he was the best running back and the quarterback on the team, period. So that's the one thing I know for certain is that they wouldn't be kind of where they're at. But look, Milroe threw interceptions. And look, Eric Burrow, he wanted to bench Milroe last year. So, yeah, interesting question, bro. You probably do a whole video on that. All right, here are the running backs right now. I put the running back yardage underneath each of these running backs, and I get it. When you look at Jam Miller, he hasn't played an entire season, but still the volume overall is low, right? Jam Miller, 504. Richard Young, 64. Daniel Hill, 271. There's a lot of people that feel that Daniel Hill is the best running back on the team. There's a lot of people that feel that A.K. Deere is the best running back on the team. There's some people I was reading in the comments yesterday that feel that Dre Washington is being underutilized. I honestly thought that he would play a little bit more. I mean, he doesn't even have 60 yards. He plays mostly special teams. Richard Young don't play anymore. Kevin Riley, I think he still has a jaw, right? And A.K. Deer only has 140. Yeah, see, Dan will fill in that Austin Mack transfers out. I don't know. The way that I was looking at the quarterback room, and I said this on my roster outlook, I think we don't figure out who the starting quarterback is by the end of even springtime. They will. It'll be the exact same thing that happened last year. They will not tell us who the quarterback is until the first week of the season. I think they're just going to do that. There's no way that we get to like spring ball and we know who the quarterback is. They won't do that. But I think the coaches have an honest conversation with Keelan and Austin. And look, I think that they have said that they have been honest with every player. If you're honest with the players, I think you go in there and you're like, look, you guys equally have a shot to start, but you guys are going to have to battle it out. And whoever is going to be the quarterback, we are not going to play a two-platoon quarterback system. Kalen DeBoer is like, whoever's our quarterback, I'm playing that guy for the entire season. I'm never subbing him out. I played Jalen Milroe the entire season. I played Ty the entire season. Whoever wins this job, that is his job. And you're just going to have to sleep on that. So, I mean, who would you say the true number 2 quarterback is right now? And a lot of people are saying sucks for Austin. We just don't know that. Because the first quarterback that always goes in seems to be Austin Mack. Right? So when you look at the running back room now, I think everybody feels that Richard Young is going to transfer. We don't know that for sure. But what we do know for sure is that Jam Miller and that Draylon Washington are leaving, right? They're out of eligibility. So when you look to next year's running back room, you have some guys. Richard Young, Daniel Hill, Kevin Riley, A.K. Deer, welcome Xavier Crowell, and Trayshawn Brown. Is there anybody inside this comment box that feels that Xavier Crowell is the starter next year at the running back position? I think about that all the time. I'm like, he certainly looks like he could. Is he going to start over Daniel Hill? Is he going to start over A.K. Deer? I think if I polled everybody, and this is how it gets. The freshmen are always better. The backup is always better. Keelan is better than Austin. A.K. is better than Daniel Hill, right? Xavier Crowell, just wait. Xavier Crowell will be better than A.K. Deer. The freshman is always better than the guy who's here. That's just kind of, it's this mindset that we have. Every year that I've covered the team, the freshman that comes in is better than the next guy. The younger guy is better than the older guy. It's rare that we've had a guy that has stayed on the roster that people feel is better than a freshman. It would be interesting to talk to like a psychologist to figure out why we feel like that. Right? Why don't we like the guy that's here? Why don't we like the guy that's like in development? It's crazy. Yeah, there you go. EL, it's a new toy theory. Thank you. Yeah. Am I right? The guy who just got here is always better. It's crazy. I mean, but that's the truth. So here's your next year running back room. And Trayshawn Brown got here as well. Luke says it's because nothing's ever good enough for some of these. Okay, that could be it too. Michael says you really don't want to start true freshmen unless you have no other choice. Yeah, that could be true too. I know. Because I've been through this a long time, like covering the team. Remember and I always go back to the great example of like Bryce Young starting over Mac Jones when he just got here. And then Mac Jones goes out and has the best season ever as a quarterback. That 2020 team. And then Bryce, when he was ready, he balled out. Still crazy to me that Bryce didn't win a natty. All right, wide receivers right here. Everybody can return. Jeremy Bernard is the only guy that leaves. I know you feel that Isaiah Horton will go to the NFL. I'm kind of starting to feel like that too. But you still have a lot of guys coming in. And you only took one wide receiver, which is the only time I think I've covered the team that they've only had one wide receiver come in. Derek Nix will be the new wide receiver coach. Do you bring in a transfer here? I don't know. I know we've talked about some Auburn transfers coming in. None of those guys have even hit the portal yet. I think if you look on this board clearly, the elephant in the room is people feel that Rico Scott and Jalen Hill will transfer. But again, we don't know that. So these are the people that we think will transfer so far. Just from like talking amongst everybody, we think Richard Young will transfer. We think Rico Scott will transfer. We think Jalen Hill will transfer. And I think we're on the bubble about Austin Mack. So that's 4 guys from the offense. Is that fair to say? I don't want to pretend that I don't see what you guys are talking about. I see what everybody's talking about. Cole Adams is gone. Huh. Yeah, I mean, he don't play wide receiver much. He does return punts. So if that's kind of the value that he has, I mean, because he's the starter, he's a starting punt returner. Is that enough for you? Maybe that is. There was a lot of wide receivers that left last year, and they just kind of vanished. Now, they had productive seasons, but I don't know. Losing Rico, this is probably, I have to be honest, Rico Scott having only 98 yards is probably the thing that surprises me most. It doesn't, look, the whole Ryan Williams drop thing, that's pretty crazy too. Isaiah Horton, I thought he'd catch more volume. Jerry Bernard, pretty much what I thought was going to happen. Cole Adams kind of thought what was going to happen. Jalen Hill, that's surprising for sure, having no yards. But, I mean, the guy suffered this crazy injury. Not really surprised by Brooks. The guy's just crazy good. Mbakwe kind of figured out what happened. Same thing with Meadows. But this guy only catching 98 yards, it just blows my mind. He's built, like, the dude is completely jacked. He run like a 23 miles an hour or something like that? I haven't really seen him like drop passes. He hasn't had a lot of opportunities. He just doesn't even get on the field that much. That's kind of something that's really surprising about the wide receiver room to me is Rico Scott. I thought that he would play. Remember, we were like, is he going to be like, the 4th best wide receiver, the 3rd? But no, he's not even like the 5th. Yeah, here's a look to next year's wide receivers. You only bring in Cedarian Morgan over here. How are you going to keep him off the field? How would you say the one question that I do have about Cedarian Morgan, and I've watched this film, we've watched it together. Where's his speed at? Is he like a 22-mile-an-hour type guy? Is he 20 miles an hour? Does he have elite level speed? I'm talking like NFL type speed. Because if he's up there in terms of like an absolute burner with this size, he's going to be dominant. And all you got to do on this offense right now is catch the ball. If you can catch the ball on this team, you're starting for me. We need that. That's one area. If Derek Nix comes in, the only thing I want him to do is just have these guys not catch rugby balls, not catch wrenches or golf balls or wearing goggles. I'm just like, go out there with the catching machine, and each guy is required to catch 1,000 balls at practice. 1,000. They're not. I don't want them leaving, and they have to catch 1,000 in a row. That's it. That's the only thing that I'm working on these guys with is catching the ball. I have never seen more drops by a group of wide receivers ever. No goggles. No rugby balls, no golf balls, footballs, the same footballs that you play with on Saturday. Am I wrong? That's it. Stock blocking, catching, route running, normal other stuff. Catch the ball. Tight ends right now. Here's a look at the tight ends. You're going to lose Josh Cuevas. You're going to lose Brody Dalton. And when you look to the tight ends of next year, do we have like a playmaking tight end. He yells like 100 balls in a row. Yeah, that might be fine. We can't be dropping passes. Ty Simpson, how many yards would Ty Simpson has 3,500 yards, right? Am I right? How many yards? This would be crazy. If somebody went back and did all the math on all the dropped passes that he had, how many yards would he have? Do you think it would be that he'd have 4,000 yards? Did we drop? Okay, here's a question for you. This is crazy. Did Alabama's wide receivers this year drop 500 yards in passes? I'm dead serious. I would say easily. Ty Simpson should have 4,000 yards passing and probably 5 more touchdowns. Right? Fam, am I crazy? I think, okay, at least 350, right? It's something like that. So when you look to the tight ends next year, you have a variety of tight ends. Jay Lindsey, Samarco, Josh Ford, those guys are like inline blocking tight ends. Caleb Edwards, Pritchett, and Sutter are guys who can stretch the field, who can be dynamic. Caleb Edwards is exceptional. Pritchett is good. And then Max Sutter, this guy's my sleeper. This is my new toy is always better, right, is Max Sutter. So you guys are saying, yeah, EL's saying that Ryan dropped 250 by himself. I honestly think that it's been 500 yards. Isn't that crazy? I just thought about that. Hey, we have Brash, who became a fan funder. Thank you so much, Brash. I appreciate it. Thank you for being a fan funder. He's saying bench Ryan right now. You have to put the best players on the field, right? They've given him a lot of opportunities. Man, I'm not going to sell him the kid, but at this point right now, like, you do have to put the best on the field. But the coaches, they must be seeing something at practice because he keeps on playing, right? Man, I hope he gets it together, man. All right, offensive line. I'm gonna take your calls here in 5 minutes. Let me run through these real quick. All right, offensive line, you got Caden Proctor, Cam Dewberry, Parker Brailsford, Jaden Roberts, Wilkin Formby, Michael Carroll, Geno Vandermark. You can see that it's kind of a veteran group of offensive linemen, and when you look to kind of next year, the guys that are coming back, you got Brailsford, Formby, and Michael Carroll. So you have other guys who played a little bit. You have like Jackson Lloyd, Ionita. You have who else played? Allanin. You have a couple guys, but these are kind of the nucleus. And Parker Brailsford, he's got to come back, right? He's not going to the NFL, which would be crazy. I mean, having 3 seasons of Parker Brailsford is certainly important. From the defensive line standpoint, and you did sign 5 prospects that are coming in from the class of 2026 from the offensive line standpoint. I just don't feel that any of those guys can come in and make an immediate impact. That's just my assessment. That's why I still think you need to hit the transfer portal from the offensive line position, right? Here's a look at the current defensive line right now. Very good, very healthy outside of Jeremiah Beeman, and he's been gone the entire season, right? These guys have been great. They have a lot of rotation. I mean, haven't really seen too much of Mbuma this year. This guy's a stud over here. Absolutely. Look, because I'm thinking, who next year, fam, replaces Tim Keenan? It's going to be hard to replace somebody like him, even from a leadership standpoint. Could it be London Simmons? You put on, I don't know, 10 more pounds or whatever. I mean, he's a big dude anyways, 303. Maybe, look, because you do have some big defensive plugs. You have Jeremiah Beeman and London Simmons. A.K. Brash, the running back coach is Robert Gillespie, who's also the assistant head football coach. Everybody on this team is actually an assistant head football coach. It must be like a titling thing. This guy's really dominant too. Isaiah Faga, outstanding. Edric Hill, he's done well. You'll lose Kelby Collins. I need to take him off, so he'll be gone. And then the guys that you signed in terms of like the defensive line signees, Nolan Wilson, this guy's in my mind would probably be most likely to play like soon or at least get some rotation. Same thing with Jamarian Matthews. Cam Howard comes in, Kamarian Johnson out of Muscle Shoals, right? The bandit position, we're good right now. We're good in the future. Next year, I think we'll be straight at this position. Hey, defensive line family, is Nolan Wilson a bandit? It seems to me like he's going to be a bandit. I'm talking about this man right here. I think he might be a bandit because he kind of similar in size, need to add a little bit more weight, but I think he has the athleticism to be in this group. Because when you look to this group in 2026, Keon Keeley, Jordan Nod, right? This group, I'm telling you, the defense next year is going to be stout. The only area that I'm worried about is the inside linebacker position in terms of, like, experience. If you caught my video yesterday, I explained why. And I'll show you the graphic real quick. The Wolf position in really good position even next year. Look at this room next year, fam. Crazy. This room next year is perfect. They'll add someone in, of course. Look at that. Redshirt, the Rousseau and Pierre coming back and Carter. Jeez, Justin Hill. Yo, this is like A++ across the board at this position. Wow. And while we're like really solid right now at inside linebacker and the most experience that we have on the team collectively by snaps, when you look to next year, you have no experience. No experience at the inside backer position. None of these guys have played. Right? I mean, this season, has any of these guys played like meaningful snaps? I don't think so. And see, I'm with you, B-Rob. I was thinking move Quay Rousseau to inside backer. But I don't know. I really haven't had a lot of feedback in terms of, when I say that. Maybe that could be a player that you cross-train at that position. Who knows? Corners, really good. These guys are going to be absolutely tested in the Rose Bowl. This is one of the biggest matchups. I would say, watch. If you're watching like Indiana, if you like to go back and like watch film, if you're a film head, watch Indiana and Penn State, and watch Indiana and Ohio State. The entertaining games, but you'll see how good their wide receivers are. Their wide receivers, I think, are better than our wide receivers. It's crazy. They don't drop the ball. They catch passes in contested situations. These guys are going to have their hands full, which is fine because they are an elite unit. They're all from California, too. How about that? I know, Wade's World. So, yeah, Surratt Cooper, Charlie Becker. Charlie Becker, as of late, has been fantastic wide receiver. Hey, what's up? We have someone coming in to us from London, England. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I appreciate it. Across the pond. I went out to London one time. I had a really good time. I mean, the thing that blew me away about going to London, I didn't realize how big of a fan I'd be of like a proper English breakfast. It blew me away. It was perfect. I loved kind of the beans. I loved the blood sausage. I loved everything. I mean, it was, the mushrooms, the tomatoes, the hash browns. Has anybody had an English? I mean, it's a stout breakfast. Looking at the Cali corners for next year, Xavier Brown, Cam Calhoun, Dejon Lee, Red Morgan, Chuck McDonald, Jordan Edmonds, Zion Gibson. I'm going to move Red Morgan to the Husky position. But you're completely – do you see what I'm saying about Alabama's defense next year? You imagine Xavier next year and Dejon Lee? Man. Can you imagine Xavier as a junior? The Husky position, you got right now, you got Deshaun Jones, Red Morgan, Drake Kirkpatrick, and Cam Calhoun. When you look at it next year, you got Red Morgan, Drake Kirkpatrick, and Cam Calhoun as well. I thought Cam Calhoun would play much more. Red Morgan's been a stud, and then, as you know, Drake Kirkpatrick dealing with some off-the-field stuff. And then the safeties, one of the things that I'm watching are these two guys leaving to the NFL draft, or are they coming back? I kind of think they're coming back, fam. Which will be just, I mean, are these third-round guys? I would imagine that it would be a really good return on investment to pay these guys to come back. I'm talking about Keon Sabb and Bray Hubbard. I think that it would make sense to pay these guys to come back. I mean, you got safeties, in the back end. I mean, Ivan Taylor's going to be really good. Zay Minty, I think he'll be good as well. But right now, if you can get these guys coming back with the experience, yeah, we'll see. 2026 safeties, what it could look like if Bray and Keon Sabb come back. This is what it looks like right here. You got I put Jeriah Edwards over here as a safety. I would imagine that he could play safety or the Husky position. And then the kickers, you lose Blake Dowd. So, anyways, just kind of an update on the roster. I still think this dude looks like Pablo Escobar. Like, exactly, right? And these are our live show sponsors. So thank you so much. These are fans who have leveled up every single month. They're live show sponsors. So I appreciate you guys for being in my corner every single month as a live show sponsor. That's one of our top levels of being a fan funder. So thank you so much. How to do that? You hit the join button on the video, and you can select the different options. So with that said, let's take some calls. It's Feel Good Friday. I appreciate you guys. Some topics. I got the best Christmas gift. Bama versus the world, right? Why Bama beats Indiana. Bama hate is real. Early thoughts on the Rose Bowl, all right? Anything like that that you want to cook up, all right? So with that said, we'll go to Chris from New Jersey. Hey, Chris, welcome to the show, man. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Kyle. TGIF. Feel Good Friday, all in one. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited about the game coming. Nobody's as excited as Kimberly Harmon. I'll tell you right now. She's my friend in the chat, and she's got the energy. If I had half her energy, man, I'd be a billionaire. So I'm just saying that I still think the best gift we got was LT coming back. Thank you, Santa. Thank you, Santa. And listen, I'm not a betting man, but I do respect the Vegas people. So it started out at 7.5, then it went to 7, now 6.5. So we're gonna watch that. We'll monitor. We got some time. We got 6 days, but I'm pretty pumped. I'm pretty pumped. So and remember this time last year we were all like crying in our cereal. So we're alive and well, and it's going to be great to have this game on New Year's Day. All right. I'm just calling in to say, hey, thank you for what you do. Nice shacket there. My son tells me that's officially a shacket.
All right. Yeah, a shacket. But did you get like a Christmas gift? I know you're a dad, so did you get like a tie or like some socks or like?
Oh yeah. So you'll like this. So we do a Secret Santa in our family.
Yeah.
And I got 2 tumblers.
Ooh.
And they say Alabama on. Well, let me tell you what they look like, because they're in my wife's handing it to me. Okay, it says Alabama Crimson Tide on the outside of the tumbler, and then in the inside it says Roll Tide.
Ooh, yeah.
That was my Christmas gift. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. So now everybody knows. Get me some Bama stuff. We're good to go.
Yeah.
That's my that. So don't give me any ties. Those are over. But 2 Alabama tumblers came in my Secret Santa. So thanks to my sister-in-law and brother-in-law. They're the ones who gave me the robe that said Chris from New Jersey, Roll Tide.
Love it.
How about you, Kyle? You get anything over? Do you give yourself some sushi because you're not going to the Rose Bowl this year?
Yeah. No, I got some good stuff. It was so funny. The kids, they got me some nice gifts, and I actually saved this because I thought it was so funny. So on the Christmas packaging, I don't know if you could see this, probably not. It says to dad. So my daughter is absolutely hilarious. She's just like me. She's so funny. It's crazy. But she said, she said to dad from Caden and Lacey, right? Caden and Lacey, and then in parentheses she said from your daughters. So
Very good. Very good.
always got jokes. It's so funny. So I actually
Well,
have that.
That's the Broadway inner. All right, well, listen, brother.
100%. Yeah.
I know there's people behind me,
Yeah.
Free Mike and Angel and Adam and whoever else. My best to you. Merry after day Christmas, and best to the undefeated. Roll Tide, brother.
All right, take it easy, man. Thanks for calling. Chris from New Jersey with the call. We got 770 up next. Hey, thanks for calling. Good morning. Merry Christmas. Who am I online with and where are you calling in from?
This is me, Lucas.
What's up, Lucas? Merry Christmas, bro.
Merry Christmas to you too. And this is me calling this from Georgia. I want to say about the receiver room, and I don't think Indiana's receiver room is better than ours. I think ours is better, but because I went back and watched the Indiana and when they play Penn State and Ohio State, they did have some drops.
Mm-hmm.
So they did. That's the only thing the coach said about their receiver. They need to catch the ball. They're not fast. They're just not. He said the only thing we all lacking is speed.
Yeah.
So, but they don't got hands either. So and stuff like that. So I think our corners will have a field day with them, and the running game is not different in the Indiana either, and just kind of like ours. So they're saying that's one thing they need to get fixed to go into the Rose Bowl. Right now, I gotta say who's gonna win it. I think Bama's gonna win it. I really do. So right now, I think the Indiana coach said it's a lot we need to go and get better to play Alabama because we have mistakes when we play Penn State and Ohio State. So the reason why we won is because they made a lot of mistakes. Penn State and Ohio State, they made a lot of mistakes. That's why they won. The reason why they won. Over that, he said we got a handful with Alabama. So I think our receiver core is better than theirs. So. I mean, I think we're just fine there and road tie, and I think we're going to win.
Love it, man. Thanks for the call, Lucas. I appreciate it, bro. Good calling, man. Lucas from GA with the call. Appreciate it. We got a 417. But Dirtbike says something inside the comment box that sparked my interest. He said that he's in God's country right now, which is in Gunnersville. Yo, I'm telling you, I really like Gunnersville. I went up there in the lake. I played Goose Pond. I've told you this before. The golf course. I think it's beautiful. It kind of reminds me with like those rolling hills, kind of the mountainous kind of area, and then the gigantic ocean lake, whatever that thing is. It kind of reminded me outside of the water, like this specific place in New Mexico, which is called Pecos, New Mexico. But you would be in Pecos, New Mexico, and then you just put a gigantic lake in there. So yeah, that's a beautiful area. I love Gunnersville. It's super nice. I want to go to that pier that they have. It's like a pier. It looks like it has restaurants and stuff. Maybe next time. 417. Hey, good morning. You're online with Kyle Henderson. Who am I online with and where are you calling in from?
Hey, Kyle, Simi. I'm calling in from Harrisburg, Virginia, or Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like Harrisburg.
Either or.
Yeah, no, yeah, okay, Pennsylvania. We'll go with Pennsylvania. Oh, I appreciate you, man. I hope that you had a Merry Christmas. Did you get I know you're on the road traveling, but I think your girlfriend travels with you or your wife. Did you
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, right. So what was the gift exchange? What'd you guys get?
She wanted a PS5 Pro, so we went to a Walmart and got a PlayStation 5 Pro. And she wanted this new, Jurassic World game, so I bought it for her. And we watched the new Stranger Things episode. I ain't going to lie. I love Stranger Things. She's the one that introduced me to it. And next week is going to be jam-packed with Alabama and Stranger Things. So, let
me ask you something. So in your truck, do you have, a TV in the back where you all can, hook it up and, watch, in the truck?
Yes, sir. We got a gaming set up and everything. Yes, sir.
That's what I was thinking. And yeah, because I've always been interested because I watch all sorts of videos and stuff, and I've seen, especially because I have a lot of truckers who call in, right? And the setups that they have, they're pretty impressive. I mean, you can have some stuff to make food and your TV setup, so that's cool. I'm glad that you all had a great Christmas. Okay, man. So with that, you have any Friday feel good thoughts on Bama, Indiana, or anything kind of under the sun?
Yeah, I do. I was like the last caller said, I was watching some of the film on Indiana and Penn State. That game, Indiana should have lost, but Penn State was blitzing on a 4th and 26, and it left, I think, Amar Cooper or Elijah Surratt like wide open. They should have lost that game, Iowa. But here's a stat stuffer. In the 4 games that they won in clutch time, they forced 6 turnovers.
Mm,
But also, they gave up 4 turnovers as well. So
interesting.
I believe that if Ty can play a complete, clean game, I think we have a better shot at winning, in my opinion. Also, I, Fernando Mendoza, he's going to be the only quarterback that we face this year out of all the good teams that's not a runner. And we have
Interesting.
athletic linebackers like Keon Keeley, Jordan Renaud, fast linebackers, Deontay Lawson. So he's not going to be able to escape for 10-plus yards like a Diego Pavia or John Spear or whatever. He's going to be in the pocket. And if Alabama's defense can get him off his foot, throw it on his back foot, or get him nervous, I think that we can make him. He has not had one game this season with multiple interceptions. So he's thrown like 8 interceptions this year. I think Alabama is going to force him into 2. But also, like, if you're off for a month, you're spending time with your family for Christmas. Alabama's in the gym, working on their game, working on whatever they need to work on. I believe that's our advantage, just like it was last year for Ohio State and other teams, because all 4 teams lost in the bye week.
Mm-hmm.
If you're off for a month, you're going to be rusty. You're going to come out probably in the
Yeah.
first 2
Yep.
quarters. You might not be able to run the ball. I think Alabama wins by double digits, and I think we win only because of our defense. And the reason why they beat Ohio State was the kicker missed horribly, and
Yeah.
because Julian Sand threw an interception in the second quarter, which was a tipped pass. If he doesn't do that, they win that game by probably 7 or more points. And not to mention, before I get off of here, the 4 defenses that have played Iowa, Ohio State, Oregon, and all of them, and Penn State, they average 18 points per game. The defenses that we've played, which is better, I guess in my opinion, unless it's Ohio State, of course, we average 19.7 points per game. I think it'll be a lot closer without turnovers. I think we'll win by 3. But if we can, like I said earlier, if we can just get Fernando Mendoza to get a fumble or to throw a couple interceptions, I think it's our ball game, Kyle. I really do. And I want to face Oregon. I really do. I think they're I don't want to face Texas Tech. Their defense is insane. Their offense is mediocre. But Indiana's offense is mediocre when they feel pressure. So if we can get them feeling pressure, I really believe we can make a run for it.
Yeah, I appreciate the call, man. Enjoy that PlayStation 5, bro.
Yes, sir, I will.
All right, man. Yeah, Timothy calling out from Harrisburg, PA. We got looks like we got Mike down in Choctaw coming in, and I think we got Angel Pigeon Forge. Yeah, hearing really good things about Big Mike Steakhouse. Okay, so let me ask you this: does Big Mike have 2 steakhouses? Does he have one down in Moundville and one in Lake Gunnersville? Do we have 2 steakhouses from Big Mike's? Because if so, I mean, I'm down to check out the one down in Moundville. I mean, that's not too far, right? And then next time I'm up in the area in Lake Gunnersville, I'd be down to check Big Mike's out up there. Yeah, I just there's a pier, if you know what I'm talking about, at Lake Gunnersville. It kind of like goes into the water a little bit, and it looks like it has some restaurants and whatnot around that spot. So, big fan of the area. It's so beautiful. Even during the summertime, that's a really nice area. I just like to cruise up there, like to get out there. I think I was going up there the last time because I went up to Mentone. You ever been who's been to Mentone? Yeah, beautiful area up there for sure. All right, Mike coming in from a completely different area in the state of Alabama, up in Choctaw. Mike, what's up, man? Appreciate you being here.
Good morning. Top of the morning to you, Kyle.
Top of the morning.
It's great to hear from you, man. You're putting in the good YouTube work, so we appreciate it, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I feel like, and that's kind of the thing is, during even this particular time is kind of like pride in performance and continuing to, get stuff done because, we got extra football to cover. The news doesn't stop when you cover Alabama football. And I think looking back on last year, there was a trail off of fans because, you weren't playing in the playoffs. You were playing against Michigan, and we lost that game against Michigan. So you could totally see the analytics of people kind of bail out because of the frustration. It was Coach Kalen DeBoer's first year. All this stuff went wrong and this and that, but it's a completely different time frame. So, and I'm always evolving, and I never stop. It's a constant evolving of the YouTube channel. So I appreciate you being here and appreciate the compliments and welcome on in. But before we start, tell us about Christmas down in Choctaw. What we have going on?
It was a pretty peaceful Christmas down here. I mean, here's just a few old folks around here, so
yeah,
it's just I got $100 bill for Christmas, which I'll take it. That's an awesome Christmas gift. And for my old mom, we got her a chair. She wanted a new chair, so we got her a nice chair and got her set up. So
that's it.
But pretty simple. Christmas, man, it's all good though. It's the country Christmas. I did eat a lot though, Kyle. I had as a matter of fact, I ate leftovers again. So I ate a lot of traditional Christmas food, man. So I probably put on about 10 pounds, but it was a good Christmas, man.
All right. Well, welcome into the show. Welcome in Turn Up Mike from Choctaw.
Yes, we're playing Indiana. And Kyle, I do not want to rat poison our team. I am not a rat poison guy. I do not want to jinx anything, but I look at Indiana, right? And according to Yahoo Sports, is where I'm getting this information from. It's public information out there according to Yahoo Sports. Indiana has never had a five-star player on their roster. Never. Yeah. They still don't. As of right now, they have 2 4-star players on their roster. Everybody else is a 3-star or less.
Yeah.
Kyle, you know what that gets you in the SEC? It gets you Kentucky, man. It gets you Mississippi State. Looking at can you dominate the Big Ten with no 5 stars on your roster, 2 4-stars? Dude, that will get your butt kicked constantly in the SEC. So I'm still trying to wrap my head around the people like how confident Indiana is, because you look at the Indiana YouTube and the general pundits overall in the country, they think Bama has no chance, dude. Some of these Indiana people, they think they're going to beat us 35-7.
Wow.
It just baffles my mind how you can have a team with that little talent. Of course, they're undefeated. They're good. I'll give them their props, right? They beat Ohio State. They beat the Oregon or whatever. I'm still not sold on Oregon, but I understand they're undefeated. But, dude, you cannot get through the SEC with a roster that has never had a 5-star player. They're about as talented as Kentucky is, man. And we see what Kentucky and South Carolina has more star players than them guys. It just blows my mind how good they have been, which I'll give them props. I mean, everybody says they're good. Another thing on a side note, right? This is college football, and you know this too. Being number 1 does not mean you're the best team in the country. In my opinion, I think the best team in the country right now is probably Georgia. It pains me to say that, but the way they're playing, probably Georgia. So, but we'll see how it works out, man. But I just cannot believe that we're favored to lose the game. We're underdogs by a touchdown to a team that has 2 4-star players and no 5-star players. It baffles my mind, dude. But I feel good about where we're at in the game. I feel good about what the colors have been saying. Pretty confident about this game. I don't want to rat poison nothing, but I think we're going to beat Indiana. And Kyle, all year I've been saying I want to prove to people that Indiana is, but lack of better words, they're posers. I want to prove to people that, I just look at their roster, man, and I don't see how in the world they're favored by 7 points over us with the I don't know, dude. It just blows my mind. But like you said, you nailed it, though, Kyle. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. So I'm just looking forward to the big game, man.
I appreciate the call. Thanks for joining us, Mike, and Merry Christmas to you once again. All right, enjoy that $100 bill. Mike out in Choctaw or down in L.A., and he got his mom a chair, and he got himself a little $100 bill. So you take that $100 bill, and you enjoy it for sure. All right, I think we have Angel calling in. Angel, is that you?
No, it's Cody from Crestview, Florida.
Hey, Cody. What's up, bro? How you doing, man? Doing okay?
Good.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Happy Christmas.
What was what'd you get? What? Tell us about Christmas down in Crestview.
Oh, me and my mother spent time together. I got some four-time shoes, $40, and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Hey, how's your mom? How's your mom doing? Because I know she was didn't she have some surgery or something like that?
No, yeah, she did have some let's say some tests done and
Yeah.
blood tests done so she can get onto the kidney transplant.
Yeah.
And everything's doing good.
Good.
Everything's doing good. She's got a pelvis exam and everything else coming up in 2026.
Okay.
So that's why I got to do all this stuff.
Cool. Well, we'll keep her in our prayers, bro. So, anyways, man, welcome on in the show.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm just calling in because I've been off from y'all's show with the call-in. I've been late multiple times doing this stuff. But the Indiana game, this is a dream come true with me. I love the Rose Bowl for this year. I mean, for Alabama and Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think about you did discuss a lot about with the roster management from the last I think it's like Wake Up Bama or like yesterday's show with is it a roster talent perspective or is it just grub?
Yeah.
I think it's not utilization in the running back at all. I just think it's just really, to be honest, I don't know. Like you take Draylon Washington for example. Why would you get Draylon Washington out of the transfer portal when you're not going to use him?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. I mean, you're using wide receivers and quarterbacks. You're not like, why would you get a guy like Ford when you don't use much of your tight ends at all? The only people who would use tight ends would be your tight ends coach and your special teams. I mean, it just doesn't make sense what's going on out there. Everything has to be a precise, we've always thought about a precise run game where, okay, we use our tight ends a lot, even the ones that don't play, and then on special teams, they use it for that. It's not. It's just a one-dimensional sided thing, and it's not like there's no identity to the scheme. It's just whatever is whatever, but it just doesn't work. And I want Alabama to be strong because the reason why is if we act just like the first half of Oklahoma, Indiana could score 30 on us. And we ain't catching up if we get that slow. So for Ty, he needs to get his head up. We need to be faster, coordinated, faster snap time and everything. Because once we go slow, they're gonna kick up the speed. Coach Nanny's gonna be like, you know what? Let's drop 30 on them. They're not doing nothing. They won't catch up if they drop 35 on us. And that's how I feel about Coach Nanny, because he's gonna do that if we go too slow, like a dang elderly grandma at a nursing home. So, I just want to know how everyone's Thanksgiving, Christmas is. I just took time for everything. I do like what's going on. If I had to pick just from the line, even if we beat, Indiana, I would love to face Oregon because Texas Tech has a really good defense as far as I know of. But Oregon, I would love for Kalen DeBoer to beat Dan Lanning again. So
yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Right? Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Because then you add
100%.
Dan Lanning,
Oh,
Kirby Smart. The coaches that he's beat. Good call, Lucas. I appreciate it, man. Prayers out to your mom in 2026, bro.
Oh, you too, Kyle.
All right, man. Take it easy. All right, my good buddy Lucas out there in Crestview, Florida. 502. Let's take it. Hey, good morning. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
Hey, Kyle, this is Mike from Kentucky. What's up, brother?
What's up, Mike? Merry Christmas to you, bro. You have
Merry Christmas to you, brother.
you have a fire cracking right now?
No, it's actually really warm right now. It's been super warm. I've been wearing a T-shirt all day.
I know. Over here in Tuscaloosa, it's 65. What do you got up in your neck of the woods? Was it like 55, 60?
It's pushing. Yeah, it's pushing maybe low 60s. I haven't really checked, but
yeah.
I've been walking around in a T-shirt.
It feels weird. I mean, I think everybody's been saying it feels weird that it's not cold. There's no snow. It's just like people outside running. Like it's I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I saw somebody jogging too.
100%. Anyways, welcome to the show. It's good to hear from you, and I hope you had a Merry Christmas.
Oh, I did, man. It's always everyone I make is a good Christmas.
100%.
Yeah, well, let's get to it. Man, for some reason, I'm eerily calm about this game, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been checking out Indiana. I mean, they're not 10 foot tall and bulletproof. Yeah, they're 13-0. That's impressive. But they were behind late against Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
They were behind late against Oregon. They were behind late against Penn State. So I mean, they're gettable. We're gonna have to play some sound, mistake-free football. I'd say whoever turns the ball over is gonna lose this game. That's the way I see this game shaking out, Kyle. I'm just, like I said against Oklahoma, we got to run some RPOs, man. Get their linebackers guessing. If we get their linebackers off the line of scrimmage, and most offenses run to set up the pass. Alabama's just not. We're not wired that way. We got to throw the ball to set up the run. Run some RPOs, get their linebackers off the line of scrimmage, and then maybe we can have a semblance of a running game, man. That's how I see it shaking out.
Let me ask you about this. How do you feel? I mean, we've had 14 games under Ryan Grubb. What's been your assessment of him? Are you still giving him some time? Do you want a new offensive coordinator? Where are we at from that standpoint?
I don't know, man. I'm no expert on that, but sometimes just a couple of games this year, it sure felt like we were trying to pound the square peg into the round hole with the running game. But you got to keep them honest.
Yeah.
I think this offense is personnel wise, and I don't know what I can't understand because we've got good O linemen. They're big. They're NFL size. They just don't seem to have a nasty streak in them, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's something. I put him on the naughty list, and some people got mad, and they were like, "He knows what he's doing." I was like, "Does he?" I hope he does. I mean, because there's been times where some of the plays that we've called and some of the situational football, it's been strange. But then, for whatever reason, I have the most confidence in Ryan Grubb is when it's like 4th and 2 from like the 2-yard line. It's the weirdest thing. Like
he can pull
he
can pull a rabbit out of his hat.
100%.
I'll give him that.
Yeah, but sometimes it's like 3rd and 2, and here we are doing something. A play from Tecmo Bowl.
Something crazy. So. Yeah. Something crazy. I don't know, man, but I'm not. For some reason, I'm not too afraid of Indiana. Yeah, they're good. They're just gonna have to go out there and play mistake-free football.
Yeah.
If we do that, our roster's better than theirs.
Yep.
We got more horses, bigger, badder horses in the barn than they got.
Yep.
So it all comes down to who makes the mistakes.
Yep. Yeah. Love it, man. Well,
all right, man.
I'm glad you had
somebody else talk, man. Merry Christmas, brother.
Same to you, bro. All right. Thanks, Mike. Mike out in Kentucky, where it's where the weather is it's warm everywhere. Is it cold? Okay, how about this, fam? Type in the temperature where you're at. So, do we have anybody like in the 30s or the 20s? Seriously. Everywhere else, I'm telling you, at 65 degrees, it just is weird. 205. Hey, thanks for calling. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
Hey Kyle, how you doing, man? This is Bubba
What's up, Bubba?
calling in from
Where are you calling in from? It cut out.
the Carolinas, man.
What's up,
South
Bubba?
Carolina.
I appreciate you calling in, Bubba. What's up, bro? Come with it.
Hey man, I appreciate. Hey man, first and foremost, Kyle, man. Like I said on those comments, man. Hey bro, I appreciate you, man. Your commitment, your consistency, and your optimism, man. Like your optimism, man. I played a huge role right before the interception, man. So I just wanted to acknowledge you, brother, and say thank you for that, man. And so, and we don't tell our people thank you enough. So I want to make sure that I acknowledge you for that, for your efforts and your hard work and your consistency. That's first and foremost. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Consistency and performance. I think those are some controllables, right, for all of us in whatever category you're in. Look, I'm not gonna lie, it definitely is a grind. It takes a specific amount of a time to put into these videos to make them high quality. But that's what it takes to stay in this lane. And if I want to continue to do this at a professional level, I need to continue to evolve. I need to continue to hold myself accountable to the type of standards that I want to run the YouTube channel at. And there's competition out there. There's people that are good, and you got to continue to stay in your lane and just be authentic, but also continue to evolve. And that's where I'm at, man. So I really appreciate it. And with that said, Bubba, come with it, man.
Yeah, man. I think this game is going to be won, man, in the trenches, and I think it's going to be won on like a forced fumble at the last minute. Man, I really think it's going to be a gritty game. You know what I'm saying? And I believe the team is going to be ready to play, man. And I just feel like, hey, in case if needed, the backup QBs need to be ready to go on point. And, man, I like our chances, man. I don't think that if we come in focused, man, if we come in focused and hungry, like the way we came back from the Oklahoma game, if we start off that way, man, Bama, we made, man, we made. And I'm thinking that Coach DeBoer is finally getting the standard of Alabama football. Like that milestone, man, has been set from Bear and especially Saban to where, hey, we're not divas over here. This is just the standard. And I think he's getting that mindset of what the standard looks like, and he's evolving to understand, like, okay, this is a growing, developing thing to get to the standard. And I think that we're on our way there. And I like our odds, man. I really do. We're not afraid. I think we're the first team to win an away game in a college football era. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're making strides, man. And I just have one other thing, but I want to get your thoughts on what I just said. And after that, man, I just have one other thing, and I'll shut it down, bro.
Go ahead, Bubba.
Hey, man. Kyle, man, I need you to look up, man, this guy, Jaden Sweeney. I need you to look him up, man. He was in Clay Chalkville, and somehow, I think, during the transition of, I guess, the first coming in of Coach DeBoer, he slipped through the crack, man, and he was at Liberty. Now he's at Florida Atlantic. Mm-hmm. Man, we got to get this safety at Bama. Check this out, man. This past season alone, he had 42 TOT. He had 27 solo tackles and 15 assists. 27 solo tackles. Mm-hmm. Man, so this guy, man, he is 6 foot to 6'2", runs a 4.440 and 365 bench, man. Like he is, yes.
Yeah.
And if you go, hey man, I looked at this guy's highlights, man, from Clay Chalkville, from their championship run before, hey, Kyle, he is the real deal. He is the real deal. I'm talking about, man, from when I looked at his highlights and looking at his stats, like ESPN got the stats right, but got his height and weight all wrong. I think they got him like he was maybe a sophomore in high school. But this guy is 6'2", 6 foot to 6'2", 4.440, 365 bench. And man, to me, he's Javier Arenas like 4.0. Like he's a wrecking machine, man. So if I get your email, man, I want to see some highlights that I found, and maybe you can do a take on this guy. We, as I think as a state, we're allowing too many of our great players, man, that needs development, which Alabama is good at doing development. 3 stars and the 5 stars, we're allowing them to slip through the cracks. And our defense and our offense is literally right here at home. And they're in state championship games where we're losing them. So I know a program like that you have will shine on these young stars or these veterans now, so that we keep our talent at home, here at home, at home. So I just wanted to put that name out there, man. Jaden Sweeney, if you can let me know where to send you an email some of these highlights, I would appreciate it, brother.
All right, thanks, bro. I appreciate it, Bubba. Thanks for the call, man. Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you. I appreciate you, bro.
All right, he's putting Jaden Sweeney on the map. Has anybody seen Jaden Sweeney inside the comment box? I know there's got to be a lot of you that have seen him. All right. Okay, we have 256. Hey, good morning. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
Boots from Lake Gunnsville. How you doing, Kyle? Merry Christmas.
What's up, Boots? How you doing? It's good to hear.
What's going on?
Look, I was just hyping up your city. So, do we have Big Mike's? Wait, do we have 2 Big Mike's? Is there a Big Mike's in Lake Gunnersville?
No, they got one on down there about it's right when you come in, right when you come in on the north side.
Okay.
Where the harbor's at.
Yeah.
Big Mike's is right there. Best steak you can put in your mouth.
Holy cow.
It just melts.
Okay, yeah. Well, you know what?
Maybe
when I go up,
get one in, Kyle, you'll be back.
Yeah, and when I go up there, maybe we can share a steak together. Does that sound good?
Oh, man, anytime you come, don't worry about it. I got the steaks.
Okay.
Just come on up here.
Sounds good. All right, Boots, come in and come with it.
I wanted to, I won't say a couple things, but I'm going to say this first. I remember way back when you started this show to where it's come to today, and I like it. A lot of people tuning in now. Yeah, I remember back in the days there wasn't many of us.
Yeah.
But now you big time now, and I really appreciate you, and I got somewhere to look, for Alabama news, and that's a good thing, and I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you, Boots. I appreciate it, man.
Man, look here. Now, one thing I want to say, Kyle, is everybody's Ryan Williams. Look, man, the young boy had a sophomore slump. It happens to the best of them. Happened to Julio Jones. Now, look here. If we had to have a touchdown, I ain't afraid to go to Ryan. I'm just not afraid to go to him. And the thing is, he's the type player that's got to get the ball 7-8 times a game before you're going to see something out of it. He just has to have the ball like that. And I understand that they got other guys now that are going to more.
Yeah.
But if they go downfield, they got to take him out the slot. That ain't him. They just got to take him out and put him back out on the outside where he belongs and throw the ball to him. Because who's going to cover him? You have to have a safety every time, because if not, he can take that one cornerback to the house. You know that.
Yep.
Now, for then now, I see a lot of people, Kyle, I've been watching Alabama since Johnny Musso. Since the days of Johnny, that's when I started a kid. I was a little boy children, about 4 years old. Now, let me tell you something. See, a lot of, if you ain't no true Alabama fan, you don't even know what this whole thing's about. See, Georgia, they got us down there in the SEC. We had 10 players down with we had just barely enough to stay on the field with them. But see, let me tell you, boy, that put crow in their throat. You understand? And we coming back. Ain't nobody you ain't got to worry about us losing. Yeah, we going back for them. And I don't see nobody beating them. I don't believe Ohio State can beat them because they're too rugged for them. Ohio State can't take a physical team. That's their problem, when it comes down to physicality. And we physical Big Tim. You seen Big Tim last week. You seen Big Tim. When Big Tim and at number 0, when they coming, don't worry about it. That defense is gonna do something. I ain't worried. Look here, Mendoza. They ain't never seen this kind of speed. You understand, guys? This kind of speed they ain't never seen. Yeah. You think he throws some 7-millimeter? He gonna throw some that night. I guarantee you that. Because we got that kind of squad. They gonna put and to quit that land back. Go and tell that coordinator, defense coordinator. Go and tell him to cut that out. We're not zoning. We man to man. We're coming out man to man, and we're coming after him. That's the way we're gonna beat them. Yeah, we can't forget that zone, man. It don't work. You don't work against them little teams and teams that ain't got that much strength. That zone will work. But we man to man at Alabama. As soon as he went into man-to-man, everybody's demeanor out there changed on that field. That's what we run. That's what we is, And when he learned that, Kyle, he going to be a hell of a defensive coordinator. I got to give him that. But he got to learn that we come after folks. That's how we play. That's how we've always played. That's how we always have played. And just turn them loose. Hell, Big Chili coming off at the corner. What they going to do, Kyle? Yeah, I see Chili. All he got to do is just take 2 steps and fall. He at the quarterback. Shit, we loaded, man.
Yep.
Hey, Kyle, don't you Christmas? Don't Christmas. Ain't Christmas better when you can just taste the good old ham and turkey and Alabama in the playoff? Roll Tide.
Hey, roll Tide to you, Boots. Thanks for calling in, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, man.
Take it easy.
All right, roll Tide.
Roll Tide to you. All right, Boots calling in from Lake Gunnersville. Good call. Hey, fam. So look, here it is. Kyle Whittingham in Michigan, right? We'll do it. We'll do a cut together. Family, what's going on? Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. I hope that everybody has had a Merry Christmas. Breaking news in from Yahoo Sports. Kyle Whittingham and Michigan are expected to finalize a deal today per Dan Wetzel. If the sides agree to terms, a decision on whether Whittingham would be the coach at Utah in Las Vegas Bowl on Wednesday would follow. So it looks to the fact that Michigan has found its football coach, and that is Kyle Whittingham. How do you think about, and what do you think about, what are your initial thoughts about Whittingham being the new head football coach at Michigan? I think the first thing is look, it's not Kalen DeBoer. So we can finally put that to bed once and for all. And I think when you look to Kyle Whittingham and, you kind of pull up the Wikipedia and you go over Kyle Whittingham, he was the head football coach and he was at Utah for a very long time, right? And this is a guy who's been known for really good defense. I'm actually, look, if I'm a Utah coach, I know this isn't a forever hire. This isn't, I don't know, on a scale. Let me ask you, fam, inside the comment box, how would you feel, or how do you feel about Michigan getting Kyle Whittingham, and maybe how should Michigan fans feel on like a scale of 1 to 10? I don't know, maybe like a 6, right? I mean, look, he's older. He's got a great career overall record, 177-88. They were known for being a really good, defense. He was a head football coach at Michigan from 2005 to 2025, right? I think it's good for them, but I think this is my initial take, is I feel that with Kyle Whittingham being the head football coach now at Michigan, that's going to allow them some time to clean things up. Let's face it, what Michigan has gone over the last forever, at least the last, 6 seasons, is that I feel it hasn't been the cleanest, and they need a lot of cleanup. So this is a guy that comes in. He has a really clean image. He gets in. He wins some games. He keeps Michigan where they need to be, but he's not their forever guy, right? So I think that if you're a Michigan fan out there, you probably just have to be patient and still wait to who's going to be your forever coach. But, Kyle Whittingham, and it's not Kalen DeBoer. So there you have it, right? So Jim Harbaugh, that was fishy. The whole Connor Stallion thing was weird. Even Ward Mondale, their athletic director, I think he's been probed as well. And then Sharon Moore, I mean, the things that happened with him. So now you go to somebody with like a, squeaky clean type image in Kyle Whittingham. So looks like that is going to be the head football coach at Michigan. And I think for Alabama fans, look, people are going to come after Coach Kalen DeBoer. I mean, they're always going to come after Coach Kalen DeBoer. That's just how it's going to be. And that's a good thing because it tells you that you have a coach that is desirable. We know, and just like I kind of go back to even Urban Meyer's comments. Urban Meyer said, look, you don't leave Alabama to go anywhere. The only thing that I could see with the whole Michigan thing that kind of scared me a little bit was like that Michigan has like endless money. But is that really Alabama's not broke. Alabama has money. This is what I think will happen now with Coach Kalen DeBoer. he will get a contract extension, or they'll adjust his pay when the season is taken care of, right? Because what are you going to do? Like, extend his contract now before you even have results of the Rose Bowl? If I'm Kalen DeBoer, I'm like, wait, because I'm confident that I can beat Indiana. And that will be the signature win for Coach Kalen DeBoer, right? Or at least one of them on top of a few others that he has. So then you could even bump him up more. There is no way that Indiana's head football coach right now, and I actually like Kurt Cignetti, but I don't think that Cignetti should be making more than Coach Kalen DeBoer. They're paying him $11.6. Look, Kalen DeBoer does nothing to the market. The market creates itself. So the two highest football coaches right now that are paid, I think Lane Kiffin and Kirby are up there close to like 14. So do you make Kalen DeBoer the highest paid coach in college football? No. You probably put him at like $12 million. And I think that's a fair amount, and you still keep the incentives. I think you still give him an additional $250 per year. It's crazy what the coaches are making. I think right now the top coaches are making more than what Saban made, which is wild. So there you have it. Michigan has found its football coach, and it's not Coach Kalen DeBoer. So there we are from kind of an early take standpoint. But let me know what you think inside the comment box. And if you guys enjoyed today's show, definitely hit the thumbs up. And I appreciate you guys. News as it happens. This is good. Wednesdays and Fridays are our call-in shows. And then what we've kind of stacked on over the last 2 months has been Wake Up Bama, which drops every single morning at 4 a.m. So thank you so much to everybody that called. I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. We will continue to cover the news as it happens. Tomorrow you'll get an opportunity to hear from Walmack, and then Ryan Grubb on Sunday. So you start to have more coverage. And then this next week, it's all, locked and loaded as we go into the Rose Bowl. So thank you very much for joining me. Now we turn our cap further to the new year and to Alabama playing Indiana in the Rose Bowl. Have a great rest of your day. Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope that you are all healthy. I hope your families are happy, healthy. If you're on the road, please be safe. And we will catch you on the next video right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Merry Christmas to all, and to all